So most designers, they think they need more skills, but what they actually need is to reposition themselves when they engage with clients. Because the truth is, these clients, they are not rejecting your work, but what they're simply rejecting is the way you present it to them. You've probably been in these shoes where you go to a client, you present your website, you even present your process behind the scenes, and they still rejecting your prices, or they're still rejecting your offers. And if you are lucky, sometimes they'll accept, but on a condition where you now need to negotiate with them and reduce your price. And this is what I've seen with most designers. After that incident, they then go back and start to redesign their portfolio, adding more features to their systems. But what you're actually doing is not solving anything, because the main problem here is not your product, is the repositioning, how you approach them. Now, I want you to picture this. If someone walks to you right now and he's selling something, you probably resist the price, because whatever price tag that he has put on that product, you start to judge it, right? To say, okay, if I give you 10,000, how is this actually going to benefit me, right? So that's the type of mentality that we need to remove from people, to say we don't need to leave them with doubts, for them to start thinking, okay, this price, will it even give me what I need? All we need is to move away from the selling, right? And position ourselves to be specialists. Now, I want you to check the difference. If someone walks to you and is selling something, naturally you tend to resist the price, right? One, because maybe you have another better product that you have seen in another store. But if someone comes to you and shows you the problem or the pain that you're suffering from, and the value that you're losing if you don't use this certain product, you try by all means to understand and try to buy in. This is how we need to position. We need to be in the specialist shoes. We need to start wearing those specialist shoes, to say, if I'm to go to a business, I'm not just going there to sell websites. I'm not just going there to sell mobile applications or whatever service that I'm offering. First, I need them to see the pain that they are having and the value that they are losing if they don't address this pain. Then comes the solution. And obviously, you know, when a solution comes, it always comes with a price, right? Now, picture this. You go to a doctor right now. The doctor doesn't just say, welcome my patient, here's the prescription, here's the medicine. No. Firstly, he goes through your vitals. He checks all those things. He diagnoses you to understand what's really challenging you. What is it that you're suffering from? What's the actual pain? Then out of that pain, he will tell you that, okay, you have cancer, and for you to get rid of this cancer, or if you don't get rid of this cancer, you're probably going to die in the next year or so. Now, if you want to avoid that, you then need to go through chemotherapy. You need now to go through operations, surgery, and so forth. Now, you as a patient, you are not just going to sit there and start negotiating the price to go through chemo or the price to go through surgery. No, you actually go and look for the money to go through all those things that the doctor has subscribed you to do. Why? Because you have understood the pain and also the value, which is your life, that you are going to lose, and the people that you are going to leave behind if you don't get rid of this cancer. This is the same philosophy, this is the same metaphor that we need to carry with when we go to clients. Right now, before we even get to the price, let me take you through the framework that I use whenever I see a potential client, a prospective client that I need to do a cold visit. Now, all small businesses, I'll speak from the small business perspective. Why? Because this is the space that I'm currently in, right? All these small businesses, they survive on four things, right? They need the revenue, they need efficiency, they need visibility, they need customers. Now, out of all these four, they suffer from either one of them, if not two or even all of them, right? All I need now to do as a specialist, remember, not as a designer, not as a developer, I need to identify those things, which is the pain. I need to see Out of these four things, which one is blocking you to reach your potential as a business, right? And when I'm doing this, I'm not just doing it from my desk or from my office. I'm doing it in front of them. Now, another thing now is when you do this, you are not only calculating on your own, you are showing them things that they didn't even know they exist. Things that they didn't even know they're slowing them down. And already they're doing that calculation on their own, to a point where by the time you get to the price, they've already calculated and now they now know the value that they are going to lose if they don't implement the solution that you're going to give them. And by that time, when you name a price, it will be a no-brainer, right? Now, let me explain a little bit deeper on these four things. Now, let's start with the obvious one, the revenue. We all know for every business to be running profitably or to be operating profitably, it has to have cash flow, revenue, right? They need money. So now what we need to do in this pillar is to identify how many clients are actually coming in at this particular moment. And for those clients that are coming in, at what rate are we converting them to be paying clients? Because remember, you can be sending quotations every day, day in, day out, but we are not getting invoices being paid, right? Sending a quotation doesn't mean you're going to get a client. So we need now to understand as well, at what rate are we converting all these visitors that are knocking on our door to be paying clients? And I'll be asking this to the client. He has to give me that information. I'm not doing any deep research anyway. I'm talking of things that are there, right? If a business owner fails to give me all these answers, then I know there's a problem there, right? Now I move on to another pillar, which is efficiency. Now, with efficiency, I've seen that most businesses, they tend to shy away from this because they think, okay, I started my business alone and I've been, doing everything manually. I've been copying orders from WhatsApp, putting them in Excel. Then at the end of the day or at the end of each month, I need to generate reports using Excel. I'm copying data from emails. I'm generating invoices manually and so forth, right? All this thing, it's manual, and these manual processes that you are currently doing, they can be done with just one system that we are going to put in place. Now we try to quantify that time that they're spending. If it's a week, if it's 2 hours a day, how many hours are you spending doing one thing over and over again, which we can automate? They tell us, now we know, okay, you're spending too much time doing these things, and that time you can invest it somewhere else. You can invest it, sorting out other things that need your human brain to be involved in, right? The third pillar is visibility. And again, small businesses. I've seen that most small businesses, they offer great services, right, with their current existing clients. And when you search for them online, you don't find them. I'll give you an example. If you have been hanging out on this channel, you probably know the Peekaboo scenario. This was a daycare where they were offering good service. Parents that we talked to, they were happy about them, right? But when you search them online, they were not there. Now you see, we need now to know, if someone looks for your services online, are they going to find you? And it doesn't end there. When we find you, what is it that we're going to see? Your digital appearance should be attractive, should attract people to your business. If it's just outdated and so forth, it's probably that's why you're not getting leads. That's why people are not coming your way. So we would need then to fix that, right? So on this one, it's simple. Like I said, go on Google, search for them, see if they have reviews, see how many, happy reviews are there, what services they're offering, what's their website looking like? Is it outdated? Is it modern? Is it high converting? And all those things, right? Because these things matter. Now, these are tools that we use later on to, to make something good, such that their visibility online is great. Now, this is the third pillar. Now, the last pillar is the customers. Now, when we talk of customers, we're talking about the moment you get a paying client, how are you treating them? And when they leave your premises or when they leave your website, what is it exactly that you are doing to a point where that same client is going to bring more clients to you or is going to come back? Because remember, sometimes it's not a matter of running multiple ads online, Facebook ads and all sorts of, and all those other promotional things that you do. Sometimes you just need a happy client to go out there and spread the word, to say, look, we have dealt with ShiftTech. They created us an online portfolio which is attracting more leads, which is bringing more leads, which is bringing or attracting new clients to our business, and we are happy with them. That's all you need, a referral, such that the business continues to run properly. You continue to get to new heights each time you service a client. Now, all you need to do here is, are you getting referrals? You ask, are you getting referrals from your existing clients? Are you doing follow-ups? How is that customer journey look like? If that business doesn't have all that, then that's where the problem is. Now, like I told you, all this process, you're not doing it alone. You're doing with the business person himself, and he's going to understand all these things. Now, once they've understood the pain, they've understood the value that they're currently losing, now we bring in the solution. Now, when we bring in the solution, yes, you might be designing websites, but after doing all this diagnosis, you see that you need a website, you need a CRM for efficiency to automate all those things, right? You need to rebrand their online presence on all social media platforms, right? Such that it looks premium, such that it's a magnet on its own. And the website, it's a salesperson that doesn't, book in sick, that doesn't even, request pay increase whenever you're making more money as a business. You see, so you now then have to bundle those services. And with all these services, you are addressing problems, you are addressing pains that are existing. From that's when we say, okay, our price is 10,000. And once we get there, the business owner will probably say, you know what? Let's get into it. Let's start now. I need this system to be in place, because they've understood what they are losing, and what now they want to do. They want to recover. They have done already the calculation in their head. Now they want to recover, and you are just there to provide that solution. So now this is exactly how I get most clients to beg me to start implementing my solutions. I do websites, I do mobile applications, I do automations, I bring in AI automations, AI workflows into their spaces, and they beg me for that, and they pay me enough, right? And after watching this video, go through this whole framework, rewatch this video, understand exactly where these people are suffering from, and start discussing it with them, such that at the end they don't negotiate. You have now repositioned yourself. You are not selling features. You are not going there to say, I design websites. The conversation changes because you are speaking their language. You are showing them exactly the pains and the value that they are losing. Trust me, you won't lose with this one. So if you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, and turn on your notifications for more videos. And also, if you haven't watched the full framework video that I did last week, I'll leave the link, yes, for you to go watch it next. So with all this, see you in the next one.